Okay, now it is time for us to start coding this awesome marketplace app. So the first thing you want to do is open up your terminal, or if you are using VS Code, you can use the built-in terminal of VS Code as well. But I would be using a separate terminal just to make everything clear so that you can get a clear view of the code editor. I will be using a separate terminal. So here, first thing you want to make sure you have Node.js installed. I'm pretty sure you already have. So node-v, we can check the current version. I'm using version 15. So once you have Node.js, you can run npx command. So npx, we can use create react app command to create a new React project. And actually we should decide where we want to create our folder, right? So let me navigate to this folder. This folder you can see here, it is sitting in the root directory of my computer. So I would like to go inside this folder, and here I would like to create our project. So let me go to the root directory here and then change directory cd into udemy. And if I list out the files by typing ls, you can see I have this old folder here. Let's leave that as it is. Let's create a new folder. For our project, we can call it booking. So we're basically going to build a booking app. So make directory booking. So that creates a booking folder, or you can obviously manually create a folder as well. Either way it works. All right, so now let's get inside this folder, cd booking, and here we want to create our React app. So we can use the command npx create react app, and let's give it a name called client. Okay, it might take a while, so let me take a break and I'll be back once the installation is done. So it has been ready, so we can get inside this client folder, cd client, and we can run this project by using yarn or npm. I like to use npm, so let me use npm npm start. Now let's open up that project. That's booking client. Let me drag the entire folder to VS Code, and let's get inside the folder. Let's get inside source folder, index.js. So this is the entry point of our app. You can see here React DOM is rendering the app component. So let's have a look in the app. So here we have this basic information. We have the logo. We are importing logo, css, and so on. So let's get rid of all this. We don't need all that. And let's get rid of the entire thing. Let's get rid of the class name as well. So inside this div, let's just write h1 and let's say hello world. Now let's go visit the page, and sure enough we have hello world. Perfect. Now let's go back to our project. Some of the files you can see here, we're not going to be using them, so let's remove them. app.css, let's remove that file. app.test, we won't be writing any test, so let's remove that file. Index.css, we can leave it, but let's get rid of all the css. Logo we might still use. In fact, logo we're not going to use here because there's another logo here which is used as favicon. All right, so that's enough for us, so we don't need to keep this one. Let's get rid of that. Delete. Next one, our setup test, let's get rid of that as well. All right, so that looks pretty good. Now here in the app.js, before we do anything with our project, let's go to public index.html, and here let's import and use bootstrap css. So we will be using bootstrap css just so that it is much easier to get a beautiful responsive layout. And for anything a bit complicated, we can use ant-design. If we need some component based styling, we can bring in ant-design later, but at the moment we can kickstart with bootstrap, and we don't need to import jQuery. We just need to bring the bootstrap css. All right, so let me get rid of all these comments. It's not really important. All right, so let's grab Bootstrap CSS so that we can just put it here and start using Bootstrap class names. So let's visit bootstrap bootstrap. Let's just search that. Getbootstrap.com. Get started. Quick start. Let's copy this CSS. Let's go back to our project and let's paste here. All right, so with that done, we should be able to start using Bootstrap class names. Let me close this, and if you visit the page, immediately you might see a different font. You can see here because we're using Bootstrap now.